Hi Sagittarius, welcome and thank you for joining me on my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. So you are watching a general love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for this coming week in September. Today is Wednesday the 9th. So I haven't been uploading videos in a couple of weeks and I apologize for that. I've just had a few things that kind of have prevented me from doing that. But I am back up and running. I've got a little bit different setup. Carmilla's still hanging out. She's here. Sylvester just came out of the bedroom. He's in the living room meowing right now. You can probably hear him. He's looking at me and meowing at me. I'm not sure why. But anyway, he's being really cute. Anyway, Sagittarius, I want to remind all my viewers that this is a general love reading, and that means that it can't apply to just about anything. Any type of relationship, any type of situation or circumstance you might find yourself in. Also, don't forget to be flexible with the energy. You can mix and match the roles within the reading regardless of gender of the cards. So you can be represented by any of the characters that shows up. Parts of the reading may resonate for you, Sagittarius, and other parts may not. So take what does and leave behind what doesn't. My intention is always to reach those that need this message and will benefit from it. So I hope that's you today, Sagittarius. I hope that you not only enjoy the reading, but I hope you feel like it's beneficial and helpful to you. So if you're brand new or unfamiliar with my channel, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to read for you. I hope that the reading resonates. If you want more specific information, please check out the description box below. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started, Sagittarius, and see what's up for you this coming week in September. Here we go. I'm going to start off with the King of Wands, and he was definitely significant in the reading I just did for Scorpio, Sagittarius, so just be aware of that. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Don't bite my ear. Queen of Wands in reverse on the bottom. I don't normally take that card, but she's there. Magician, Three of Wands, the World in reverse, Two of Wands, the Lovers, and then we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So, Sagittarius, this King of Wands can be your energy or somebody that you're dealing with. I feel like there is a choice to be made. This King of Wands could be in the process of making a decision. I think it pertains to a relationship, a significant connection or relationship. I'm not sure what kind yet. But I feel right now things may not be working out too well within this connection or this relationship. There could be lack of communication, lack of cooperation, or compromise. There's just something not quite right within this connection or relationship. Could be any number of things. I think this King of Wands is feeling a sense of lacking or feeling like he doesn't have what he needs or doesn't have, maybe the connection isn't feeling right to him or feels like it's missing something. And I feel like this person wants to make some changes, and I feel like he's getting ready to do that. I think he feels like he is in charge of making things happen for himself, and he might be embodying this magician energy, getting ready to make some significant decisions for himself or choose a new path or shake, rattle, and roll in some way, shape, or form. Sagittarius. That's what I have so far. Interesting, because if this is an extension of the Scorpio reading, first of all, I already said that the King of Wands was the central figure in that reading, central character. So without getting too far into this, I'll say maybe there's something in that reading for you. but we'll see what else comes out for this for this reading. Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Magician again. So again, there is a significant relationship or connection, and there's the cat. Now, Sylvester's going to be upset because I pulled the table out so I can readjust my camera angle, and he can't reach the windowsill. Aside from that, I don't have the window open because we have fires in the area and the air quality is really poor right now. So we're all, everything's shut and all the windows are closed, and he's not going to be able to sit there. So I'm going to let him do his thing, and then he's going to get down. Anyway, I think this King of Wands is dealing with some kind of loss or lacking within a relationship, and I think he's seeking some answers with regard to this connection. This could be a broken connection. This could be someone he's lost contact with, somebody who's not communicating or he's not communicating with. There's some kind of upheaval or disruption or disconnect within a significant connection. I do feel like this King of Cups represents his energy as well. And okay, get down. Get down. Okay, and don't fear for the bird. She's fine. She usually gets a little aggressive with him. So, and you know, I can't predict. Maybe he'll snap one of these days, but he's a pretty passive cat. And he hasn't, you know, anyway. The cat's safe now because the bird's not near him. Okay, anyway, I think this King of Wands is experiencing some kind of disconnect within a relationship. It could be an emotional disconnect. It could be that this isn't an emotional connection anyway, but I feel like it's a significant connection. Could be with this Queen of Swords. So I don't feel like there's this. I don't feel like an emotional connection. This does not feel like a romantic relationship, although it could be a situation where it was and these two are no longer together and it's an ex situation. That could be possible, but I feel like probably there was either a purposeful disconnect or one that just happened, but I do feel like whatever occurred between these two, it did manifest in the form of these two not working together, not being connected, not communicating. And I think right now it feels like at least this King of Wands has that on his mind. Maybe he's looking to reconcile or work with this person again. The Queen of Swords, I think, does represent this other individual. This could indicate that this is just a disagreeable person, someone who's hard to get along with, someone who doesn't communicate well. This could also indicate a lack of communication. Maybe this person ghosted this king, or they're just not on speaking terms anymore. But it looks like there could be some hope for reconciliation, or at least gaining some clarity with regard to this connection. It could be that there was a temporary separation or something that kept these two apart. I just feel distance between these two. And I feel like at least this King of Wands, I don't want you on the table right now. You're gonna go, okay, if you sit over here and you're nice and you don't mess things up, you can sit on the table, okay? She's likely to poop and I don't have any paper towels. So maybe I don't want you on the table after all. Maybe I want you on your cage. Come here. And there's the cat again. Honestly, Sagittarius, if I get to... Here, Please step up. And by the way, I just want to say, oops, sorry. I just want to say, Sagittarius, if I call you Scorpio by accident, I apologize. I just did that reading. You need to go down too. And sometimes I unintentionally do that, and I don't mean to. So Sagittarius, I feel honestly like I'm reading for this King of Wands, but first of all, if you're a female, you can embody the King of Wands energy, and vice versa. If you're a male, you can certainly embody this Queen of Swords energy. Whatever, if the reading resonates, you're going to know who you are within this reading. The cat is getting ready to throw up. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted right now, but he didn't. Oh, he did. Okay, I need to focus on this reading. Yeah, I'll clean it up later. Oh, Knight of Wands. I'm going to do this whole reading and I'll decide at the end if I'm going to upload it or do another one. Four of Cups. Because this is turning out to be a mess and the cat's coming back. I'm not sure I want him here right now. Queen of Swords again. She's in the upright this time. Ten of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Swords. And then the Page of Wands. No, you can't come up here. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Sylvester, I'm not opening the window. It's too smoky out there today. I was going to go to the coast today because I thought, oh, the air quality will be good, you know, near the ocean. But it's not. Apparently, the smoke is going over to that area too. And the air quality is in the hazardous range on the coast. So I'm not outside or at the beach today. Sitting here doing readings for Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, so let's see what's going on. I am way too distracted right now. So I think this King of Wands is feeling a little unsure about how to handle a situation or how to move forward within a connection or relationship, and I think it has to do with this Queen of Swords. So I do think that this King of Wands is also this King of Pentacles, and that's what I was trying to figure out. I don't think he's going to force the issue with this Queen of Swords. I don't think it feels like there needs to be some kind of communication or connection, reconnect. And I don't know that that's happening right now, but I think that this King of Wands is going to allow this Queen of Swords to call the shots. I think he's going to allow her to come around when she's ready. That's what I'm getting from these cards. Like this, you know, it's this Queen of Wands opportunity, and she has kind of say in the matter as to when things are up and moving again, or when there's communication. She's not communicating right now with this Queen of Swords in reverse over here. I don't think that she's communicating right now, but I think that this King of Wands is waiting for some communication, or hopeful for some communication. Or a reconnect in some way, shape, or form. This could be a working relationship with the Three of Pentacles out here. It's possible that this was a it's possible that this was an emotional connection, at least at one time. I don't think it is anymore. Let's get some more cards out here for Sagittarius and see what else we get. So we have the Sun in reverse, Hangman in reverse, the Hermit again in reverse, the Devil, Seven of Swords in reverse, Judgment, King of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Clarifying the King of Cups. And then Temperance. Okay, this is an interesting reading. I know I haven't talked a whole lot about this yet, Sagittarius. I'm not getting, it's kind of developing as more cards come out. So, you can sit here for a minute or two until I need to shuffle again, Sylvester. These animals today, I'm telling you what, they are something else. So I think that this King of Wands feels like he's looking for some answers or hopeful to gain some clarity. I think that's more than anything. He might be trying to get out of feeling like he's in a rut, or feeling like he can't make a move, or feeling like he doesn't have any power over the situation, or just kind of feels like he's like, I'm just a sitting duck waiting for things to happen around me. I get the feeling as though this King of Wands would like to take some action, but I think he's not. I think he's lacking some clarity regarding this relationship with this, or this connection with this Queen of Swords. There's some kind of mystery or uncertainty surrounding this connection. And I think what he's decided to do is allow this Queen of Swords, like I said before, to call the shots, or whatever's going on is on her timeline. And again, this all of the kings out here are the same person, and then there's this Queen of Swords. So this king is represented by the King of Wands, King of Cups, King of Swords. But I think he's decided, I'm going to let this Queen of Swords call the shots when she's ready to talk, when she's ready to reconnect, when she's ready to reestablish this relationship. It's on her. He's not accepting responsibility. That's what I have with this King of Pentacles in reverse. He may have at one time maybe made that attempt. Maybe he tried to reconnect, but I think he realized that wasn't going to work. I think he realized that for whatever reason, this Queen of Swords needs to do this on her terms. You need to go. This person, this Queen of Swords, needs to be the one to make the decision with regard to this connection or this relationship or communication with this person. Now, why that is, I'm not sure, Sagittarius. She could be dealing with some toxic energy. She could be dealing with a toxic situation, or maybe an addiction, or something gone wrong on her end that she needs to deal with first. And so this king is kind of letting her call the shots. Whatever's going on, it's on her timeline. I do sense a little bit of frustration and a desire to take action with regard to this situation and this connection and this relationship. I think this king would like to, but he's not. I do too. I think that it's possible, in order to maintain a sense of control or feeling positive about the situation, that he has purposely kind of disconnected emotionally. But I think he's also trying not to think about the situation because he knows it's out of his control. Or he's willfully made it out of his control. And in order to maintain a sense of, sanality, feeling sane about the situation, or just feeling positive about the situation, things will work out in the end. He's kind of emotionally disconnected, and maybe also forced himself to kind of put this situation on the back burner so it's not dwelling at the forefront of his mind and driving him nuts. He might be waiting for some news or a message, or again, waiting for this Queen of Swords to initiate some conversation with these pages out here before he acts or responds. So let's get this last round of cards out, Sagittarius, and see if we can't get anything else. We have the High Priestess in reverse, 10 of Swords, Sylvester, I know. Okay, go ahead. You can come up here. 4 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. 5 of Wands in reverse. Queen of Cups with the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Tower in reverse and 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So with the Tower in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse coming up, this could potentially involve a family or group situation, family dynamic. This could be a divorce with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse coming up. This could be a long-term relationship that's in upheaval, or there's separation or problems within this connection, but it feels like it could have been and continues to be a long-standing relationship. I think that there was and or is love here, but there's no communication. And this king, who's also the King of Cups, King of Swords, I think again emotionally removed, and also kind of has put this on the back burner with regard to thinking about it, because this queen is calling the shots. She's the one who gets to kind of determine the direction of the fate of this relationship. And again, it could have to do with the fact that she is dealing with releasing herself from something toxic, something that's maybe kept the relationship from being stable or moving forward. But she is dealing with something that she needs to work through on her own before she can reconnect with this King of Wands, or before things move forward. I mean, I get the feeling like there's not a lot of communication, and it feels like there's separation. That's what it feels like to me. But it is possible, Sagittarius, that if you have contact with this person, you're going to need to go now because I need to shuffle again. If you have contact with this person, and I'm talking to you as though you're this King of Wands, but you could be either party. So if you have contact with this person, there's still a disconnect of some sort. You can be married and live with somebody and be completely disconnected with that person on an emotional level, physical level. It's possible to be in the physical presence of somebody without actually feeling connected to that person. So that could be going on here, but I did feel from the beginning kind of a disconnect with this 5 of Pentacles, like there's been a lack of contact or communication or both. And again, I do feel that there may, obviously with these kind of cards coming out, there probably was some kind of ending, at least at some point in time, if it's not currently still officially ended, which is kind of what I'm getting from these cards. I think that probably the thing that's more than anything else, the thing that could be causing problems for this king is that there is this energy of not knowing what to expect or when things might start moving forward again. And that could probably be a little frustrating for somebody who's on the receiving end or waiting for someone to come around. Sylvester, you need to go. But again, I get the feeling that that's probably what's necessary in this situation. So I'm going to get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card for you, Sagittarius. What are we doing on time? 25 minutes, not bad. While I'm shuffling, I'll see if I can't get anything else for you out of the cards. And you're not going on the table. No, because I don't have a paper towel, and if you poop, I don't want to have to deal with it. I've already got cat puke over there I got to deal with. Come here. Honestly, I feel like I'm dealing with a couple of toddlers. My kids are both in their 20s. I don't need more toddlers running around. Not until they have their own children, if they do. Okay, let's get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card for Sagittarius. I think that this Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups person is making progress. I think she's definitely making progress, but it feels like it's slow going, and it feels like she's still in the midst of dealing with some crap with this Devil card coming out. So I think there's progress, but I think it's slow progress. So if you're the King of Wands and kind of looking for a timeline or a guesstimate, your guess is as good as mine, but there is progress with this Queen of Swords, but it's slow. So let's get a card for Sagittarius. Wrap up this reading. With her showing up in the upright, Queen of Cups, I think that there's still love here. So I think that there is still definitely a connection to be had, a reconciliation. I think that's possible, for sure. If that's what you're looking for. You may not decide to reconcile, if there was this kind of ending, maybe it's for the best. So I'm not saying that there's going to be a reconciliation. I'm saying, based on what I'm seeing in the cards, that's a possibility, because this Queen is making, I'm going to take this card, this Queen is making some progress here, and I did pull the 8 of Swords. So she's making some progress, and there is still love here with this Queen. Okay, Sagittarius, so I'm going to read, I think it's the 8 of Swords, 8 of Air, 8 of Swords. This card has definitely some different meanings than the traditional Rider-Waite 8 of Swords, which would indicate kind of mental restrictions or feeling trapped, feeling unable to make decisions or feeling unable to move, that kind of thing. This 8 of Air, 8 of Swords in this deck has some different meanings. And it's rather long. It's like 2.5 pages. So I'm doing good on time, Sagittarius. I'm going to read this out of the book, and hopefully it'll resonate for you and provide some answers. So here we go, Sagittarius. We are creatures driven by our egos. Our ego is in part our identity, the center of our consciousness. It is driven by our instincts and base desires and constrained by culture and society. It can have us feeling confident and certain, or it can have us feeling uncertain and afraid. It can also employ one of several defense mechanisms to shield us from uncomfortable truths or a reality that we are not willing or ready to accept. So many of us are afraid of the truth. We can be so afraid of the truth that our ego will work hand in hand with our primal instincts and do what it can to protect us. If our ego is wounded, or we have been taught to fear the defense mechanisms employed, may also be detrimental to good health, well-being, and to our relationships with others. Our need to feel safe, to feel good, to be right, to be better, to be needed, and to be loved can result in the evidence at hand, reality, being distorted and shaped to fit our perception of events so that what we want to believe is in conflict with fact. Cognition is the process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. Cognitive dissonance is a conflict that arises when an individual attempts to hold on to two conflicting beliefs or thought processes at the same time. That conflict can give rise to mental, emotional, and physical discomfort, especially when our actions and our reason for behaving in a particular manner war with our natural sense of right and wrong and the moral code we are taught by those around us. Practicing a behavior that does harm, smoking or overeating, for example, can give rise to cognitive dissonance. The desire to continue doing something that everybody knows and cannot deny is harmful is rejected by a belief that it benefits the individual more than it harms them. Their parents or grandparents may have smoked for decades with no apparent ill effects, or the individual may come from a long line of overweight people who all lived long and happy lives. The act of smoking helps one to keep their weight under control, while the act of eating makes the other feel sated and peaceful. There is an emotional or psychological hook, and so they continue even though their choice to do so could result in their chronic ill health, even death. What they have is an addiction, and what their mind attempts to do is making them feel good about the fact that they refuse to give up their addiction. They know and understand that potential consequence of the choice to continue but refuse to consider them or choose to ignore them, responding in a defensive manner when those consequences are raised. I just want to point out, and I know you remember, but I did indicate that it is possible, it's not necessarily the answer, but it's possible that this Queen of Swords is dealing with some kind of an addiction or addictive issue. You know what I mean. All right. However, the conflict that arises can be dispelled by doing one of several things: accept reality and then make changes in one's life in accordance to that truth, or by the continued use of self-justification and other defense mechanisms in order to make ourselves feel better, continue to do something or believe something that is doing us or others harm. Self-justification and rationalization increases our self-esteem and allows us to see our thoughts and actions in a favorable light. Nobody likes to think poorly of themselves, and so our ego acts to protect us by creating reasons and excuses to justify our actions. This is natural and normal behavior. We all do it at some time or another. But while we can embrace a natural and normal state of denial, we are unlikely to escape the consequences of our actions. We can deny and suppress, we can rationalize, and we can justify, but every action gives rise to a consequence, and those consequences can be both favorable or not. If you do something that you consciously or unconsciously know to have a potentially harmful consequence, and you choose to ignore it or believe that it won't manifest, then the 8 of Air comes to caution you to think again. There is a price to be paid for all that you do, no matter your reason or intentions, and you alone are responsible for the consequences born of your actions. In everything you do, cause and effect will play out. It is inevitable, and the consequence is unavoidable. The 8 of Air is a very challenging card because it symbolizes the need to look at your beliefs and behavior and question them. Are you hiding from an uncomfortable reality? It is time to take responsibility for your thoughts, actions, and the consequences they give rise to, and to see them for what they really are. It is a time to be humble and accept that you might have projected your feelings about yourself onto another. Have you made a mistake or chosen a path or belief that have not served you well, and instead of accepting the painful truth, allowed your ego to weave a reality that allows you to pretend? It is time to face the facts. Don't worry about losing face by admitting to your humanity. Contrary to the belief that others will think less of you, in most situations a simple apology and admitting that you made a mistake or have been protecting yourself from a harsh truth will earn people's respect. Therefore, accept that maybe you don't know as much as you think you do, and that you might be hiding behind a false reality, created by ego that serves only to make you feel good. But do not blame yourself or allow a wounded ego to make you think poorly of yourself. We all make mistakes. We all at one time or another try to deny, rationalize, and justify our actions and behavior. Every single one of us. It is an inherently human trait. Our egos will instinctively work to protect us, but sometimes we have to accept that our egos don't always have us do the healthy, right, or honorable thing. Take this opportunity to take charge of your life, embrace your personal power by learning from your mistakes so that you grow in wisdom and awareness. Be humble and accept the truth that your ego is not always honest and that you are not always right. Your ego might have your best interest at heart, but it will offer self-justification in order to make you feel good about your behavior. in order to protect you from the harsher truth that your actions may have been misguided or harmful. The path to enlightenment is made up of our mistakes and the lessons learned from them along the way. Wisdom is earned, not bestowed. There you go, Sagittarius. So, I think that card was for this Queen of Swords, who I feel could be dealing with recovery. And as indicated by the card, this could have to do with addiction or something of that nature. I think that this King of Wands has decided to step aside and allow this Queen to have the say on how this connection or relationship moves forward, because she has to be on her timeline, not his. It is her responsibility to relieve herself of this burden, whatever form it's taking for her, and move forward on at her own pace, in her own time, and deal with whatever this is for her. And I think that this king has realized that. It may be difficult, but I think he knows that he needs to step out of the way so that she can do this. And then in time, I do believe that there is a possibility, and I'm not saying this is true for everybody, because there may have been an ending here and it might stand as is. But with time, I think that this queen may have the opportunity to choose a new path, and perhaps that includes this King of Wands and reconciliation in some sort or some way. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope the reading resonated. I hope that it was helpful. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. If you feel like leaving a comment, sharing your story, I always appreciate that. I really appreciate you watching today. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Sagittarius.